Get your euros, and I'm listening to Esskimo and the Get Rich Rapping Podcast. Tune in. You heard?
Yo, what up? It's your boy Guns.
This is your boy True Words.
We good entertainment, and right now, you're listening to Get Rich Rapping Podcast. We good.
What's poppin'? This is Chris Yup, and we listening to Esskimo and the Get Rich Rapping Podcast, homeboy. Pull your socks up.
What's good, people? This is Esskimo of GetRichRapping.com. We are back again for another podcast. This is number 5. Today I really want to talk to you guys about building a team. Aligning with people, in a sense, on the same journey as you. It might be different, but, you know, at least you're in the same niche and have the same level of ambition. And that's where I really want to start, is ambition. You know, there's some people that are doing stuff and they don't know why they're doing stuff. You might be the person with ambition. You might have crazy ambition to do something. Let me tell you something. Run away from people with no ambition. They are just going to hold you back. They are just going to, they have this self-doubt. Like, if you can help them, help them. But I've learned along the way that if they don't at least have ambition, if they don't at least want to do something with their life, like, there's no convincing. How can you convince someone to do something with their life when they don't feel like doing anything with their life? Just leave them be, let them do what they want to do. Now, I know that a lot of us want to take our friends with us. I've tried to help friends out over the years. You know, back when I was rapping, we had a crew. We were going around and doing videos and stuff, and then they started getting quiet. They were doing some other stuff, and I was doing other stuff, but I always made time for music. If you go on YouTube at any point and put Esskimo Cold in, you're going to see a bunch of videos from me. If you just type Esskimo Cold in Google, there'll probably be a bunch of other stuff on there. I was always working, always doing something. I always had that ambition. And while I wanted to take my friends somewhere, it's just dead weight. It's completely dead weight. It's not, just because they're our friends doesn't mean that we have to go all the way with them. At the end of the day, like, our life is important. To us, our life is the most important thing. It's our ambitions, our dreams that we're out here to achieve. And we definitely shouldn't, sacrifice our own progress and sacrifice our own thing simply because we've got to sort of dull ourselves or hold ourselves back for a friend. Doesn't mean that we don't have to be friends with them anymore. You just got to kind of cut them loose and let them do what they do, because you can't have anybody outside yourself slow you down. And I don't mean you should slow yourself down. I just mean, at least if it's you, then it's your bad. But never fail in life because someone else is bad. Because you'll never ever get over that. Like, especially because down the line you might end up falling out with them or some other thing. So basically my point is, your team doesn't have to be friends. Now, if you look at my team, the industry team, although we might not be, like Get Rich Rapping is completely me, their brands are completely them. Even though we give each other feedback, we help each other out, we'll feature on each other's webinars and stuff like that. We're somewhat of a loose team. And I think that is perfect for what we do, because we're all different personalities, we're all doing different things, but the important thing is that we have that one central brain to pick. Like, we've got a Facebook chat that runs, every hour of the day someone's posting something in there, we're laughing, we're joking, we're roasting each other, but then in between all that there's these golden nuggets of information that is helping us build our brands separately, but together. And I think more than a team, that's more of a mastermind, even though we are a team and we are beginning to get back to the industry stuff, so we can start putting that out and, really start offering something. Even we're already offering a lot to the marketplace, but just to dominate and really monopolize, because, that team right there is powerful. I wouldn't be with a team that wasn't powerful. But, we'll keep that under wraps, what's coming with the industry stuff for now. But just to have that, like, I can go out there and do whatever I want to do with my brand, and when I get a difficult day or I reach an obstacle or something I just need an outside look on, like, it doesn't matter what happens out there, because, well, business wise or brand wise, because I always have that net to, just go in there, get some inspiration, get some ideas, have a laugh, have a joke, and just completely stay energized, because I'm surrounded by people that are on the same journey, on the same mission as me. Though the idea of the goal might be different between us because we're all individuals, how we're getting there is something we can definitely help each other to do. Really, you don't want to align with people who aren't trying to take it all the way. If you're someone who's trying to take it all the way, because you're going to maybe get to a point where you feel like you rely on those people, but they've reached their threshold, they've got where they want to go, and from then on it's kind of like, well, do what you got to do, I'm happy where I am now. And then you sort of, you might stand to lose in that situation and fall all the way back down because you've needed them, well, quote unquote needed them to get so far, and then when they're like, no, I'm done. As much as you build a team, you need to be ready to take it all the way yourself if you have to. Having a team is a bonus. But really, well, that's more of a mastermind I'm talking about there. So let's get into a team. As a musician, what kind of team do you want? Well, as an artist, you might need some other artists. It depends on what you're are you trying to build something like Funk Volume? Are you trying to build something like Slaughterhouse? Are you trying to build these sort of factions of artists that are known together, or are you the sole artist? If you're the sole artist, you're going to need, one thing you're definitely going to need between you, no matter which role you're playing there, is a DJ. You're going to need a DJ, because when you go to these shows and you just play a track, or you play the backing track and then you go to the DJ, hey, put the next song on. That's kind of lame. It slows down the pace, it stops the crowd moving if the track gets to the point where it stops. But with a DJ, man, they can cut it in, they can do drops, they can, restart the track. If you start going in, they can restart and get the crowd hype again. Chops, drops, skips, just banging into the next track. Like, people overlook the DJ. I think that with the right DJ and artist combination, man, you are going to tear down shows. You're also going to need people who are promoting for you, and a street team. These are the people that allow you to concentrate on what you need to do while they go out there and spread the word of mouth. They're the ones hitting up the blogs, they're the ones hitting up the radio stations, trying to get your stuff on there. It always sounds better coming from somebody else promoting you rather than the self-promotion thing, because when you're self-promoting, of course you're going to say, yeah, I'm a dope artist. You'd be... Well, before I even say, I was going to say that you'd be a stupid person to say that you're not dope if you're trying to get yourself on somewhere. But the amount of times I get hit up and someone says, it's not the best, but, here's my track, and I just think, you're crazy if you think I'm listening to this after you've told me it's not going to be good in the first place. But yeah, you definitely need that street team, and you definitely need those promoters, the people who are putting you out there. As you get further along, you're going to need something on the legal side of things, a lawyer, an attorney, something that is going to make sure that you don't run into any legal trouble as you go along. You're going to need a producer or producers, so you've always got that fresh new sound. You and or your team are going to need to be building relationships out there with people in high positions, people at radio stations, people at these blogs, show promoters. Really, there's so much to do as an artist out there that if you want to do it all yourself, you can definitely have a good go. There's a lot of people out there that have done everything themselves. But if there's 10 jobs to do and you do it yourself, it might take you a few days. But if there's 10 jobs to do and there's 5 people to do it, that's when things are going to start happening really fast for you. That shared responsibility. But when you're building these teams, you need to don't give people the benefit of the doubt unless you know them well. I'm not a very forgiving person. I know people say you should forgive, but I'm not I forgive them in the sense that I know that, that they're just a person and they're human, and, they're gonna mess up, and they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. But as far as doing business with people, you make the mistake and That's it. My shit, my brand, my money, nothing's going on the line for someone I can't trust. If someone makes a mistake, you're crazy if you think I'm going to let them be in control of something that I got, knowing that if I make a mistake, I'd rather just make the mistake myself. Let it be on your head. If you can blame yourself, that's cool, but if you blame somebody else, man, that's going to be bitter and resentment. I think that we should recognize the signs of people being weak and understand that, right, if someone does something a bit sly or doesn't seem that motivated at a certain time, like, that's in their DNA. They haven't fully developed that mindset of someone who's going to be able to take it all the way. Like, as soon as you see a chink in someone's armor, you know, that chink is in their armor. That's, like I say, that's part of their DNA. Yeah, let me get into that. You know, the whole mindset thing of, like, 100% believing in yourself, like 99.9% doesn't cut it. It has to be 100%. There's not a day of my life where I ever think, oh, I don't know, this is hard, I might not be able to do this. Like, I am 100% absolutely positively beyond all measure of a doubt going to take my brand where I want it to be, and I'm going to be taking everybody who's involved with me. There is not a soul on earth that can convince me otherwise. Impossible for me not to make it. I'm categorically stating in this podcast right here, and say what you want if it doesn't happen, because it's never going to be the case that it doesn't happen. Like, I do not give a shit. I'm going all the way. Write it down, put it on a noteboard, put it on a notice board, and save it on your phone, put it as your screensaver, your laptop wallpaper. Esskimo said he is going to 100% make it, because I'm going to 100% make it. And if someone cannot tell me that in that way and look me in the eyes and tell me, look, I'm going 100% all the way, and I can't believe him, then we cannot work. Then I cannot put anything on the line for that person. I think that's what we all need to be. We all need to be that 100%, I will make it no matter what. We all need to be there, and we also need to be distancing ourselves. If we are in that position, we need to be distancing ourselves from the people who aren't, and it's nothing against them. It's just that to achieve our higher purpose in life, we cannot be around these type of folks that are going to bring us down and are going to lower our vibration and waste our time when we're there saying, come on, man, we can do it. Come on, man, you can do it. Like, listen, it's not us that needs to tell them that. It's them that needs to tell themselves that. And the more time and energy we spend on that, that's the more time and energy we're not putting into our goal and our vision and our dream. What's the point in putting energy on something that's, you know, neutral or in the past, when we could just focus everything on going forward, because we know the people we're with are on the same page, on the same wavelength to go forward with us. The guys in the industry, they call me ruthless, just how I cut people off. I'll go in on people. Like, I've realized I have to be that. When I watch interviews with people, the people who are successful, when I watch things like Dragon's Den, when I watch documentaries on these entrepreneurs that have made multi-millions in business, they are ruthless. They don't care who you are and what you've done. You fuck up with them, you mess up with them, there's the chop. And there's a reason why they are where they are, because they hold principles like that. They say, okay, nothing against you, you can still be my friend, whatever, but as far as this here, us progression, moving forward together, no way. You have it in your DNA to give up. You have it in your DNA to be selfish and fuck it up for everybody because of how you feel today. And there's power in being that way. This is your life. You are painting your picture. Yeah, people can collaborate from time to time, but understand that you are painting your picture. So don't settle for anything less than what you expect from yourself from other people. If people are going to come in and not pull their weight and cause problems and be a detriment to what you do, Doesn't matter what they're doing for you, who they are, how they've been with you, how long they've been with you in life. Doesn't matter if it was your best friend in your first schools till now. If they're a detriment to what you do, you are always going to regret it if you let them in or keep them in what you're doing, because you cannot let another person be the reason you don't make it. If you don't make it, let that be on your head. Put your head on the chopping block and go all the way in off your own back. And only align with people who understand that and do that for themselves and are willing to match your 100% with their 100%, whatever role they're going to play in your team. But yeah, we'll end it there. Hopefully that's really got into your psyche and really made you understand what it's going to take. What type of people you need to be around, what type of people you need to drop out regardless of role or what they do for you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that podcast. This is Esskimo signing out. Hope everybody's liking the new website. I'm still going to be adding new features to it as we go along. This is a lot more dynamic. There's less limitations. I can put some crazy stuff on there. Obviously I don't want to make it too crazy, but I definitely think there's some plugins and different, things I can add to it to just make it a little bit more exciting and, really up the level compared to where the blog was last week when I was on the old server. Remember, don't get mad, get motivated, don't make hits, make history. Peace.
This is Justice from Nobody Hip Hop, and you're listening to Esskimo and the GRR Podcast.
What's good, y'all? This is Scumbag Key, and you're listening to Esskimo and the Get Rich Rapping Podcast.